We are live. Hello, everyone.
All right, all right, everybody. Hey, what's happening? It is time for the greatest sports talk show on YouTube, the radio, the World Wide Web. It's At Home with the Crossover. And I am your man, Big T, alongside my tag team partners, the usual cast of characters. We talking about none other than the man that is, we still trying to figure out if it's an act, if it's fake, or if it's real. The man that wear the sunglasses every week, and we think he's blind, but we don't know for sure. Are you really blind? His name is Radar. We call him Radar Charles. Are you really blind, man?
By faith, not by sight.
Oh,
Big T, not I like to go by the vision. I don't like to go by the sight, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Narrow is the way. Narrow is the way. When you playing on one leg all day. That shout out to Pat Mahomes.
There you go. So Radar Charles is in the house. Then we got the man that brings the Ag swag to the show each and every week, representing the A&T Aggies. And go ahead and introduce the nation with your signature line, Aggie P.
Aggie pride is nationwide, Big T.
There you go. His name is Aggie P. He's definitely in the house. Then we got the queen, Mama, the first lady, the doctor, the entrepreneur, hey, the glass wearer, Say she is ready for the show, looking really smart with those glasses on. You know what, though? She looks smart without the glasses on. Her name is TP, and she's definitely in the house. What's going on, TP?
Blessings on blessings on blessings.
Blessings on blessings. I love it. Then we got an old school. One of the original Tunnel
OG.
Crew. He pops in every now and then to check us out, to make sure we still in line, make sure we doing what we supposed to do. He said he got to come in here and get us right. He's none other than the Rooftop. And for those longtime listeners, you know this, man. You know exactly who is. Tunnel Crew, let's give it up to him. Rooftop is definitely in the house. The Roof is in the house. What's up, Roof? What's up, Roof? All right, Roof is having some technical difficulties after that great introduction. He got technical difficulties, so he'll get it figured out. But we on here, all of us, we feel like all of us are the best, because we God's children, so we the best. So we saved one of the best for last. We're not gonna say the best for last. We saved one of the best for last. It's his week. It's his time. He's got the Eagles big game cap on from 2017 when they won. He's got the banner on the wall. He's got show the ring. Go ahead and flash the ring. He's got the ring. This guy is one of the biggest Eagle fans we know. He's sending out texts to everybody, screaming and hollering, talking about my house, my house, my house. All right, his name is Birdman, and it's his time. Bird, the floor is yours. No congratulations, because you said, hey, he said in this little text, said the little video out, I don't want no congratulations. I don't want it. So don't nobody tonight on the show congratulate him for nothing. Let him talk. Bird.
Let's go!
Oh my goodness.
Let's go!
Oh Lord. He just busted somebody's eardrums. Y'all know that?
He did.
Just busted somebody's eardrum. All right.
Holy Spirit. Hey, Jesus.
Get the usher, Aggie P, get the usher.
All right, hey, and together we are the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. Tonight, we look back at the Chiefs and Bengals, talk about everything that happened there, hurt legs and still showing out, and guys getting, hitting Mahomes on the sidelines, maybe costing his team the game. Guys throwing 2 interceptions when they hadn't done that in all the playoff games they've had. So we'll talk about all that. That's all a part of that game. You got the Eagles and 49ers where you're talking about third string quarterback getting hurt. Fourth string quarterback comes in, then he gets hurt. And the Eagles just ran roughshod over the 49ers after that. There's no chance when you got Christian McCaffrey trying to play. So we'll talk about that game. And then coaching changes galore coming down the pipe today. So we'll talk about that. And we might even, if we have time, get into a little bit of Duke Carolina. This is Duke Carolina week. And I just want to ask the crew, if we get time, we'll talk about it. Is it different without Coach K and Roy on the sidelines? Is the rivalry different? So we'll talk about, we might get a chance to talk about that because we don't know. This NFL stuff might take up so much time. We might not get a chance to talk about that, but if we do, we will. So we got all of that and much, much more coming up. But first, we got the hot topics, the hottest stories of sports. May not be what everybody else is talking about, but it's things we, the Tunnel Crew, want to talk about. And Joe Burrow entered Sunday's game at Kansas City, 3-0 in his career versus Mahomes. You know what I always wonder? Why is it not 3-0 versus Andy Reid? Why is it not 3-0 versus Travis Kelce? You know, why is it not 3-0 versus Kansas City? It's always he's 3-0 versus Mahomes, you know? So, okay, so he's 3-0 versus Mahomes. And that prompted Bengals cornerback Mike Hilton to declare Arrowhead Stadium Burrowhead Stadium. I mean, the Bengals were feeling themselves. The mayor of Cincinnati talking about, I think Mahomes ought to take a paternity test to see if Burrow is his real father. You know, I mean, this is how much this is how much junk talking was going on.
I love it. Okay.
Say you love the trash talk.
Wow.
But after all those big words and everything went down, the smoke cleared, the Bengals had lost. They lost for the first time to Mahomes, and Cincinnati went home with an L. And it came down to basically the final 4 minutes. Game was tied at 20. Burrow got sacked. Despite him being sacked 5 times, he had the Bengals in position to win that game. He had a spectacular completion on 4th and 6, a 35-yard completion to Jamar Chase. And then he also hit his tight end out of the shadow of his end zone. He was inside the 5-yard line on a 3rd and 16, hit his tight end for 23 yards, but then a big sack by Chris Jones ended up forcing them to punt. And you knew then when they had to punt, it might be trouble. The Chiefs moved the ball to about midfield, 3rd and 4. Mahomes scrambling, gets nailed out of bounds by Joseph Osai, and that gave him 15 yards, put him in field goal range. They kicked the field goal with 3 seconds left to go. They're up 23-20, ball game. So, Tunnel Crew, the Chiefs finally get off the snide. They finally get that win. They're no longer 0-3. They can't call it Burrowhead anymore. I don't know if y'all saw Travis Kelce after the game grab the mic and say, "You tell that jabroni," talking about the mayor of Cincinnati, "to know your role and shut your mouth," you know. You know. And they took that thing personal. Chris Jones was like, "Hey, don't you ever disrespect Arrowhead Stadium again, ever." So, Tunnel Crew, your thoughts on Cincinnati, the Bengals not getting back to the big game. They were trying to get to the big game for the 2nd year in a row, but the Chiefs had something to say about it. Your thoughts on a hobbled Patrick Mahomes getting it done versus Joe Cool, as they call it?
Well, big team once again, like we discussed last week in the playoffs. The team that has the least mistakes win the game. And
That's
once again, you know, we're looking at 9 penalties versus 4 penalties for Kansas City. We're looking at, 5 sacks compared to 3 sacks, and even 2 interceptions. So the odds was kind of against the Bengals to pull this one out anyway. But speaking on my homie, you know, that high ankle sprain, man, he showed a lot of guts with that.
Yes, he did.
That's I've had one of them before, and that I don't know how he can come back after a week and play. And then that last play where he had to turn it on, get that first down, man. I mean, he really showed a lot of guts. Everything that he received from this game, he deserved.
Oh yeah.
And Chris and the big guy, number 95, I think Chris Jones.
Yeah, Jones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was in the backfield all day. He was a terror, man.
Yeah.
He played a really good game. So, hats off to the Chiefs. They're going to the big game against the Eagles.
Yep.
It should be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad that Jones made that play because he was the one, if you remember, going back to the first championship game that they got to 5 years ago against the Patriots. They got the interception on Brady that would have sealed the game and sent them to the big game that year. And remember, he lined up off sides.
Yeah.
And so they waved the interception off because they threw a flag and said he was offside, and that allowed Brady to keep on driving. They went down and scored and ended up winning the game. So, I'm glad that he made the game-saving play this time instead of, being the butt of it. And now, Joseph Osai for the Bengals is going through what he had to go through.
Yeah.
I'm sure he caught a lot of heat then for that,
Yeah. It was a bonehead play, though. He should have pulled up.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're in the moment and everything, but it's Mahomes going to the sideline. Any little thing they're going to call, he should pull up on that. But
he was way out of bounds when he shoved him. He had time to pull up. So.
Yeah, a jump out the way. So,
yeah.
But anyway, Tunnel Crew, I'm gonna shut up now.
No, you good. I just wanted to read one of the comments from one of our Tunnel Crew members. So they said, B. Smith said, Mahomes went out and handled his business and relied on his teammates for sure. Excellent job, Chiefs.
There you go. There you go.
And I would like to also add that playing on a injured ankle, lost 3 of his key receivers throughout the game.
Yeah.
That's right.
He did.
Still had to make the passes, still had to make the plays. And with the closeness of the game, it shows you how critical it is to be able to make decisions under pressure.
Yeah.
That's why I like sports, because you get to see people under pressure. And you see them, you can see their body language.
Yeah.
Because when Mahomes was on that sideline and everybody thought the game was over because the Bengals was controlling the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Right after he made that big, you remember that big fumble?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he could have dropped his head and gave up after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he came in there and allowed his kicker to finish it off. But he just said, let me get him to a certain point.
Yeah.
And when he made that scramble and they hit him when he was going out of bounds, I was like, this dude is like he's from another planet.
Yeah. Hey, and think about this. Like you said, he had wide receivers coming and going all game. He still managed to throw for 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. His only miscue was that fumble. First time he's fumbled in the playoffs in his career. So, hey, Birdman, your thoughts?
My thoughts are this: just like all the playoff games, people just need to learn how to keep their mouth shut. You don't need to say, "Oh, this is Burrowhead" and all this other extra unnecessary stuff. I get it. You passionate that you're a player, you want to talk junk, but sometimes it's best to just know your role and shut your mouth, like Kelsey said.
I disagree. I would just be a jabroni because I'm talking all the junk I can talk before I get hit in that game. Because you want to have an edge, right, Aggie P? Win, lose, or draw. I know Aggie P talking to those Central Eagles. I don't care what the record is. He talking that junk. That's sports, man.
Hey, as much passion as Bird
I
showed,
know.
I am really taking in this comment that he made. I mean, I think he's the most passionate Tunnel Crew member ever.
Yep.
Bird, on up to it, baby.
And I just told everybody that Bird is definitely gonna talk junk tonight.
Oh yeah.
So I already knew it was coming.
It's coming.
B. Smith said teamwork radar and well. And then somebody said they trash talking tonight. So everybody's expecting it. Everybody knew that Bird was gonna be talking junk tonight.
Oh yeah.
But if Bird does what he just says, you can be quiet because you've been there before.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Tunnel Crew, you know what? This is what surprised me. How does Kelsey always manage to get open?
Yeah. That's
that's the number one guy to go to. He just always seemed to know where to go just to get open to get those first downs. I mean, it's going to be a great big game.
But you know,
he was playing with a tweaked back injury too.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the great players do. I mean, everybody knew Jerry Rice was the guy to stop, and he couldn't stop it. You know, when you're great, you're great. You know, I mean, that's right. That's just the way it is. All right, hey, that segment went by fast, but we got a lot more to talk about. We're going to finish talking about the conference championship games on the other side of the break. You're listening to At Home with the Crossover.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Hey, catch us every Tuesday night on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody you know about it, because you want to see all of the fun, the joy of the Lord shining through every member of the Tunnel Crew. You want to see Birdman representing his Eagles, LeBron, his Wake Forest Demon Deacons, Radar Charles, you know, trying to just have enough faith, just believe the Lord just enough to be able to be healed so he can see. He can finally take those sunglasses off, you know. And you want to see Aggie P representing Aggie Nation like he always does. He got the Aggie gold on right now, and of course the Queen, you know, busy as usual. Y'all don't know the Queen got so much going on. Hey, the Queen looked like she ready to roll. She got the show down tight and everything, and the Queen got 50 million things going on. But
yeah, with the private shelf. Don't leave out the private shelf. Yeah, she got the private shelf. I don't know how she got that in her contract. I'm gonna have to talk to Sister Linda about that.
The private shelf. Hey, but
got a maid too.
Oh.
So there you go. So hey, catch us Tuesday nights, like I said, on YouTube. Go to the Love Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it. Then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app. You can find it both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. Okay, wrapping up the AFC side of things, the Chiefs, with that win, have advanced to their 5th big game in franchise history, their 3rd in the last 4 years. So they're hot right now. They're on a hot streak. This is their window. This is their time. If they're gonna get it done, they better get it done, because you know that window's gonna start to close eventually. You know it is. I mean, they're not gonna keep on doing this. And the AFC is getting stronger. You got teams like Buffalo. The Bengals will be back. The Ravens are gonna get better. You know, I hope my Dolphins get better. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Hey, one last thing on that. Burrow did throw for 270. Only had 1 touchdown. He, like we said, he got sacked 5 times, but he threw 2 interceptions. That's the first time in his playoff career that he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game. Hey, that pressure, you always talk about it, Aggie P. We talk about it with Tom Brady. I don't care who you are. If teams getting heat on you, getting pressure on you, you can be called Joe Cool all day long. You can be called Mr. Ice or whatever. When that pressure is on you, you're gonna look You're gonna look like an amateur. All right, let's move on to the NFC, where the 49ers entered the game winners of 12 in a row. And the Eagles got off to a quick start thanks to a catch that wasn't a catch. But hey, I'm like, you know, the 49ers coach. It looked like a catch from every angle they showed. It wasn't until they went to the commercial break and came back after the touchdown. You see that other angle, you're like, oh, that wasn't.
Yeah, they got robbed. They got robbed.
They
got robbed.
He said they
got
robbed.
You talking about somebody blind? They couldn't see.
It was a catch with the bird.
It was not a catch.
There you go, Brad.
He didn't have control over the ball when he went to the ground. However, it worked out in our favor. So if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it.
Trash talking tonight. Trash
talking. Hey, so but you know what? Wrong. Give the 49ers credit. They were right there playing hard. And then Purdy gets hurt. Purdy gets an elbow injury, leaves the game. I guess what was it, second quarter? I think he left the game. Some point in the second quarter, he leaves the game. And so you bring in fourth string Josh Johnson, who's played in the league 15 years. And I was sitting there like, I've been in the league 15 years. I ain't never heard of this dude. Who is he? 15 years. And I've never heard of him. I said, no wonder he's fourth string. But you know what? He started off slow, and then he started looking good. And I was like, uh-oh. You had that monster run by McCaffrey. That was a man's run, y'all. Mm-hmm. I mean, he ran over that Eagles player. And I'm telling you, for a minute there, I was like, oh, man, 49ers, they missed a beat. And then Johnson hits his head on the turf, a lot like Tua's injury, concussed, out. And you knew at that point, you're like, oh, you know what? It's over. Yeah. It is over. And after that, the Eagles proceeded to rush for 148 yards, 4 touchdowns, setting an NFL record, 39 rushing touchdowns in a season. That's the most any team has ever had. That's the NFL record. And they won the game 31-7. Couple of things to throw out there to make Birdman smile. There have only been 4 teams who have won the divisional game and the championship game by 21 points or more, which the Eagles have done. They've won by a combined score of 69-14 in those 2 games. Only 4 teams, all right? So they're in historic company because the 49ers in 88 did it, 49ers in 89 did it, the 85 Bears did it, and the 78 Steelers did it. You know what those 4 teams got in common, Bird? They all won the big game. So your guys are number 5. Will they make it 5-0 for teams that have won their first 2 playoff games by 21 points or more? Tunnel Crew, your thoughts on the NFC Championship game?
Can I say one thing before we start throwing confetti for these Eagles?
Go ahead.
I also heard that they had the easiest schedule in the league this year. Not only the easiest conference, we ain't gonna talk about the division. But let's slow down on the pleasantries.
Oh, he said the easiest conference.
They ain't that hot now. Come on, man. Who had they played at this point? Come on, somebody help me out. I mean, I'm going down the list here. Tampa, shot. Minnesota, iffy. Kansas City, yes, that's a real team. Seattle, Miami, Buffalo, Arizona, New York, Dallas, Jets. That was a gimme schedule at the end of the year, man.
Did you say Miami? They didn't play us.
Yeah, you looking at next year.
Yeah. What are you looking at, man?
Oh, I was looking at 2023. But anyway, the experts said they had the easiest schedule this year. AB, you smile because you know I'm telling the truth. Them dudes gonna get in there and get beat the way they beat everybody all through the playoffs. Just all I'm saying. I don't want my man to get his hopes up. I just want him to be happy with the appearance, the certificate, you know.
Oh no, Radar. That offensive line, man, is
and that defensive line.
And
the rebuttal. Here's the rebuttal of this. Any given Sunday, those teams that we played this season were not prepared. Look at the teams that we beat. We barely beat the Lions the first game around. The teams that we really beat, they were good teams, but they couldn't catch on till the end of the year. You saw it towards the end of the playoff push, like the Vikings. They made it to the playoffs, but they couldn't do nothing when they got there. The Commanders had a chip on their shoulder. They needed to beat us. Cowboys needed to beat us. The Saints needed to beat us because we had the big head. we felt too much high and mighty of ourselves. So any given Sunday, these teams that we so-called have an easy schedule against, we don't really have an easy schedule. People and experts are going off of what teams have done in the past year or the past season, and that's not really the case, because what if these teams get stronger over the season? So I don't look at it like that. I just look at it just right place, right time, because these teams weren't strong enough.
I think it's the right division, right time, because the Jets, the Lions, the Dolphins, the Browns, they played them this year. The Dolphins, they got beat by the Dolphins. But of course, again, that schedule was cupcake, man. A&T could have made it to the big game right off of that schedule, man. Playing them.
Speaking of, Aggie P, come on, man. I surprised you. I put a call in to my man at the Autism Foundation down there in Philadelphia. I said, hey, put your gear on. Let's surprise Trina Pratt and Alan Palmer. Let's surprise them.
Boy, this dude owned the stadium.
It's
hey, he coached the team, he played for the team. He said, we did this in my house, and now he's putting in calls to people to rep the Aggies on the sideline with gear and stuff. Man, hey, what is it that you don't do, Bird?
I think he had that photoshopped in there, Big T, just between me and you. I still got my staff working on that photo.
Yeah.
No, actually, that young man, I think I'll let you guys know in the text, he works, does something on the sideline for them. And he was actually my teammate. The guy that had on, that had on the A&T gear, Mark Allsbrook. He played defensive tackle.
He was head to toe with the
he had the Aggie gear on. So yeah, man, it was good to see him first of all. But of course, seeing that A&T being represented.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I looked up and I was like, oh wow. Go ahead, TP.
I wanted to say, A&T is also represented, and Aggie P can tell you too, with Mac McCain.
Yep.
And, we got a couple of viewers who had some things to say as well. So I'm gonna go kind of back. We had Fletcher Ashley. I'm gonna bring it back to the front, but Fletcher Ashley earlier, he said, I love that BJ Hill stuck up for Joseph. Is it Osai?
Osai.
During the interview. And then he said, then of course, they got to talking about a little bit about Radar. And then they were saying everybody needs a BJ Hill in their life.
Yeah.
And they said I just said Birdman was defending his Eagles coming up. And so they said, okay, Birdman, we hear you. Wait, Radar. Watch it, talking about the Aggies, of course. Then we got some Aggie prize going on.
There you go.
There it is. Radar invoked the Aggies. Representative in hiding.
Represent.
So, Aggie P and I have always said, as much junk as he talk about him, boy, he sure was proud a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. When his son walked, he was, yeah. There you go.
I was going to shock y'all tonight. I didn't say this because I wasn't there very long, and I'm sure this will put a big smile on Birdman's face, and I have the letter to prove it. But Birdman, you would not believe this, but I actually worked for the Eagles for about a month.
Ooh.
I actually worked for them when I was at Temple University. I think y'all kind of heard me talk about when I was at Temple, how bad the Eagles were and how they had their jail there. They didn't have it at the time. But I actually worked for the Eagles for about a month. So I'm sure now, that's why I said I knew Birdman was gonna talk his junk tonight. So I think it's just a laugh for everybody. He's just a proud fan.
Hey, like we said, it's his time. It's his time to shine,
That's right.
So hey, they've already started nicknaming the big game. They call it the Andy Reid Bowl, the Kelsey Bowl, because you got Travis Kelsey versus his brother Jason, the center for the Eagles. So they got the nicknames out there. We'll see which one sticks. Hey, one quick note on Purdy. It's a torn UCL. He's expected to be sidelined for 6 months or more. And he's seeking a second opinion, but they said regardless of whether he has surgery or not, he's still going to be out at least 6 months. So the 49ers might need to find somebody else to be their quarterback next year. We'll see. All right. So real quick, we're going to jump into some coaching news. Then we're going to hand it off to Radar for some WNBA news. Hey, the Panthers today hired Frank Reich. Well, they hired him last week. He was introduced today as their new coach. And, Panthers been catching some heat because people saying they didn't give Steve Wilks a shot since he turned the team around and everything. Hey, I thought the owner had some interesting stuff to say, though. He said in the press conference today, I want to go in a different direction. We've always had a defensive-minded coach, always. And I respect the job Wilks did. He did a great job. But I think it's time to go offense. He said, because every year I see in these owners' meetings, everything, the rules are always made to favor the offense, always. And he said, so that means this is going to become more and more offensive league. He said, so I think it's finally time for the Panthers to get an offensive-minded coach to keep up with the times. So that was his reason.
I don't agree.
You don't agree with it?
I don't either, man.
I absolutely agree.
I don't.
He said, I absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree. Because they didn't start winning and people didn't start coming back into it until Steve Wilks came and started doing his strategy.
Yeah.
Before that, this whole time the owner has been the owner. No one has been happy about them Panthers since then.
Yeah.
So now when Steve Wilks was there and going in the right direction, people started having some life. Now you got some people that don't want to be fans anymore.
You know what the owner could have did? He could have hired Steve Wilks and said, but I am putting this one demand that you go get an offensive-minded guy, an offensive guru. Go pull a guy off of one of these staffs that has explosive offense. Hey, go get Eric Bieniemy from Kansas City, Hey, pay that man more money than anybody else will pay him. Bring him here. Let him run the offense, if that's the way you feel. All right. Well, hey, man, this show is flying. I can't believe that we're already through 2 segments, but we still got 2 more left to go. And you won't want to miss anything. You want to stick around because Tuesday night, 7 p.m., we're here. YouTube is the place, and the name of the show is At Home with the Crossover. And you want to like, share, subscribe, and tell everybody you know about it. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. And then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it on WLJFradio.com. When we come back, we're going to get into our question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. 1 church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Make sure you catch us Tuesday night, 7 p.m. On YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell all your family, friends, and neighbors, and everybody you know, co-workers about us, because you don't want to miss all this fun, hilarity, and the joy of the Lord coming through the Tunnel Crew. Then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it also online, but at a different place, WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. And TP, Queen, First Lady, Doctor, Mama. What are the comments and the fans commenting and talking about what's going on tonight?
Comment is Radar is crazy as usual. He wants to be an honorary Aggie. It's Birdman's night.
It
Yep,
is.
it is.
It's Birdman's night.
Birdman has the support from the crossover YouTube crew.
There you go, Bird. Yeah, they showing you some love. Hey, they congratulating you because we sure ain't.
Right. And make sure you get all their names for his prayer list when they lose in 2 weeks. I'm just saying. We need him there when he up and when he down.
We know Rue tried to come on to pray for him. So
that's right. Hey, he's the one that told us not to congratulate him, you know.
Right.
So I mean, so we're not gonna do it. All right. Radar, real quick, give us a WNBA free agency started over the weekend. That was a big move with Candace Parker. Give us the details on WNBA free agency.
It is becoming a NBA version of the WNBA's arms race right now, Big T.
Mm-hmm. There you
Aggie
go.
P, Birdman. Right now, the owners are taking a note out of the other owners' playbooks and offering charter flights in order to lure free agents to the big markets. New York Liberty is already putting in a bid with the NBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, about offering that, because they said that if they were to offer that for all of the teams, it would be like $30 million a year. So right now they're trying to go through the process of working out how they can negotiate, because Breanna Stewart's a free agent.
Yep.
Then you got Vandersloot is a free agent. Jonquel Jones is a free agent. Tina Charles is a free agent. And even Candace Parker, to your point, is a free agent. But the only thing with Candace Parker right now, she's in between LA, going back to LA and staying in Chicago.
Hold on. You didn't hear the word?
What? No, I didn't hear it.
You signed with the Aces, man.
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that, because
she signed with the Champs.
Well, that's the thing. The Champs had a bad they had a PR situation with Hambry, the young lady that was on the team and got pregnant and then had to stop playing. So they thought that was going to discourage certain free agents from coming there. But as you just noted, they've assembled the team such as New Jersey did.
Yeah.
And now the Liberty is looking to do the same thing with Vandersloot and Breanna Stewart coming to New York Liberty. And the whole Brittany Griner drama has unfolded and affected the free agency market, because right now they're looking at security issues with the teams being able to travel from game to game.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to look at that as an option, because the owner for the Las Vegas Aces, the owner of the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders, is offering his salary in order to help promote this whole change of the image for the WNBA in terms of offering them accommodations, flight, and travel.
Okay. All right.
So it's the wild west right now in the WNBA.
There you go, man. Hey, WNBA free agency, boy, it's hot. And we're gonna see how it affects the power, the balance of power moving forward. All right. Let's jump on into our question today, because there's history that was made with this big game. For the first time ever, you got two black quarterbacks facing off against each other in the big game. That's awesome, y'all. Just like we had the two black coaches going against each other with Dungy and Lovie Smith back in 2006 with the Colts and Bears. So because of us having a first-time thing happen, two black quarterbacks facing off, that got us to thinking, what would be a good question today? And Radar is instrumental in coming up with this great one. And it is, what is your dream quarterback matchup in the playoffs? It can be, any round of the playoffs. It can be, the conference championship game. It can be the big game. And it can be any quarterback, past, present, Hey, I'm not going to throw future there, but hey, they got some high school guys out there. Everybody talking about, you want to say, hey, I'd like to see this guy that's a senior in high school that everybody is trying to get on their college campus. No, we want to leave the high school guys out. Present or past, any quarterback matchup you would like to see. So what is the Tunnel Crew's dream quarterback matchup in the playoffs or the big game? And we're going to toss that out there. That is the question of the day. And Radar, since you were instrumental in coming up with this question, we're going to let you lead us off, man.
You know what? I'm thank you so much for that privilege
Yes,
and this
sir.
honor. Thank you, sir. I wanted to start off. This is gonna make y'all think. This is gonna help stir the pot right here. Think about this. You talk about the Andy Reid Bowl. This would be the true Andy Reid Bowl. Michael Vick in his prime against Patrick Mahomes in his prime.
Boy,
man.
Hey, I want to just let the listeners know we kind of talked about this. This Joker didn't bring. Hey, he kept that one in the back pocket. He hid that one.
He knew he had the A's, didn't he?
I'm telling you, boy, because that is a good one. That is a very good one.
Hey, Big I was counting the cards.
He just got off.
That is a good one, Radar.
That's a good one.
I appreciate that.
Hey, he just got off the jet, Aggie P. You know. Hey, I came home a little early. I came home Sunday. He just got off the jet this morning.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a good one, man. I mean, especially when you think about Vic. Now you're talking about Atlanta Falcons Vic when he was, because I think that Eagles year, I think that was actually the best year of his career. That
it
one
was
with the Eagles.
Because you remember what he put up 5 or 6 touchdowns that day on that Monday night game
on Washington. Yep.
On Washington.
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So when he was bad, he was good when he was down with Dan Reeves in Atlanta and Jim Mora. But when he went to Andy Reid and had just came off of that suspension, he was what, 3rd string?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he came in and lit it up, running again, throwing the ball all over the field. And let's be honest, we at moments that year or 2 or 3 years while he was with Andy Reid, we thought this guy was getting ready to go to the next level.
Now, you know, I wish you would have told me because I would have saved you for last.
Yeah.
I would have saved you for last, brother. Now you making it hard on everybody else to come behind that. Come on, man. All right, Birdman, give us yours.
Tom Brady in his prime, 7-time big game champion. Brady, not this current Brady.
Not the current.
Versus Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Love to see that.
The MVP, the near MVP Hurts of this year, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you real quick before we move on. Who you think will win? I know what you're gonna say.
Brady.
Oh wow!
Wait a minute. Passing collection plate. What is he talking about?
Brady. Fix your Kool-Aid with Splenda tonight. What's going on?
What?
Brady's got more experience, man.
Wow.
More experience. He's got more rings. He ain't ready for Brady. He may be ready for Mahomes, but he ain't ready for Brady yet. Brady's a whole cat, man.
With this year's defense?
Wow. Okay. All right. Aggie P.
Yes, sir.
What would be your dream playoff quarterback matchup?
To be honest, Big T, I'm not going back.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in the present, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. We have been talking about how the game is changing. Correct.
Yep.
And we have been talking about how the quarterbacks have changed. So for me, this big game matchup, first of all, you got history being made.
Yeah. 2
African American quarterbacks.
Yep.
Also, both of those guys are coming out of Texas. Too. Just imagine right now we had 2 quarterbacks coming out of North Carolina getting ready to compete against each other.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, I mean, Hendon Hooker
and they were black. They were black.
Yeah.
To
me, this is something that my father would have loved to see right now, because he always used to tell me, I don't care who playing, pull for the black quarterback.
Yeah.
So now you got 2 in the Super Bowl, 2 great ones that's getting ready to make history, Big T.
Yeah.
Hey, this is it for me.
So you like what you see in
I'm liking what we're about to see in another week.
What we're about to see in real life.
Who can stand up to the pressure?
Yeah.
Who's going to take leadership and lead their team down the field and put points on the board? I can't wait.
Okay. Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah.
TP, your dream quarterback matchup in the playoffs or the big game?
I'm going to agree with Aggie P. As soon as I saw some things on social media about it, but I automatically was thinking this is some big time history.
Yeah.
You know, I started thinking about things that happened with Jalen Hurts, and started thinking about with Mahomes and stuff. And I mean, I just started thinking, and I actually saw people, particularly Aggies, and I'm saying that because of Radar, but particularly Aggies really that just said, I wanted to really see a Kansas City and Eagles match.
Yeah.
And so the next thing you know, I looked up in halftime, I saw the score, and I was like, well, it looks like their dream is about to come true.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that for this rim, but I am going to go back a little bit because we realize that as a history of people, we haven't always been where we are now. So I was thinking this earlier, and Aggie P actually hit on one of the names, which is Hooker, Alan Hooker. Alan Hooker, I told y'all before, he gave me my tour of A&T. So I'm gonna tell you, I would like to see the Alan Hooker, and I would like to see Doug Williams.
Okay.
I really wanted to go back. I really wanted to see the two of them. I wanted to see the HBCUs. HBCUs, it's nothing like that feeling.
Yeah.
Nothing like that feeling to just go in and to have the greatest time. I mean, I know it's we got Super Bowl and all of that, but it's just something about that to prepare for a Super Bowl. That's your first experience. You can never get a first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, y'all have laid out some really good ones. So I'm gonna put mine out there. Yes, it is a little biased. I would love to see Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And Tua Tagovailoa.
Hey,
in the big game next year, because they were college teammates, and Tua took Jalen's job, and so to see them two go against each other in the big game, it almost be like you could see how how they would build it up. Just go settle it once and for all. Who's the better of the two?
I like that.
I can see the promos now. He took his job, and now he's got a chance to pay back. For payback. So I mean, that would be my dream matchup. Just because, number one, because it would be my Dolphins in the big game, but number two, it would just be fun for those storylines to play out. And once again, it would be two minorities going against each other in the championship game. So that's my dream matchup. I would love to see that.
Oh, that would bring so much headline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, BT.
All right. Well, hey, so that was a fun question.
Very much.
That was really good, and I think everybody had some great answers to it. And if you want to hear more of things like that, make sure you tune in to the crossover at home with the crossover on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it. Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLGFradio.com. Queen, you had something from the listeners?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say the listeners were really supporting a lot of the matches that we said. So
right.
They definitely said that it was awesome of Radar, good stuff, stacked the deck. Radars was really good. Everybody said this was a great segment that we did. So that was really
right.
Good.
Awesome. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Hey, and real quick before we get out of here for the commercial, this is not related to that. A couple of other coaching news that came down today. Sean Payton is set to sign with the Denver Broncos. He's going to try to be the quarterback whisperer and get our man Russell Wilson back on track. And DeMeco Ryans, the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator, played for the Houston Texans, was a two-time Pro Bowler there. He was named head coach of the Houston Texans. So he's going back home, going to try to turn that defense around and get things going. Hey, he's been with the 49ers 6 years. Last two, he's been a defensive coordinator. And as you know, that defense is fierce and ferocious. So those coaching stories just came out right before we hit the air. All right. When we come back, it'll be time for the wrap-up.
Why so sad when the joy is here. What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, two locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the crossover wrap-up report. Let's send it back to the Tunnel Crew.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Before we jump into our wrap-up real quick, hey, remember last week we talked about Ed Reed and the Bethune-Cookman situation? Well, it was revealed this week by Edrin James that Bethune-Cookman may have lost out on millions because he said that several big-time celebrities were talking about partnering with Ed Reed and pouring millions of dollars into that university. So, it's kind of tough that it's playing out like that, man. And I know people probably think, well, it shouldn't matter whether they got it. If you want to help, you should just give them the money. But that's tough because a lot of people said they're not going to give now. So, all right. Hey, and then this is Duke Carolina week. Real quick and go around. Do y'all think not having Roy Williams and Coach K on the sideline is going to impact this rivalry? You think it's going to be different? We'll find out this Saturday since it'll be the first time it's been played without one of those guys on the sidelines. But Tunnel Crew, your thoughts real quick. Birdman, what do you think?
It will be different.
Will be Radar?
It will not be different.
Will not. Aggie P?
I agree with Radar. It will not be different.
Will not impact it. TP?
Neutral.
Did they say you neutral?
What?
Hey, I'm
gonna tell you why. Because Coach K and the other one is not there.
Yeah.
As far as the rivalry, it's gonna stay. As far as the atmosphere, it's gonna be there, but something still, to me, is still gonna be slightly
gonna be missing. Yeah. I agree with TP. I like the way you put that. Rivalry's still gonna be intact, but there is gonna be a difference. You can't have two legends like that just poof gone and you not feel it, So
that's right.
We'll find out Saturday. All right, let's jump on in and see the results from last week. Hey, we had a three-way tie for first. Aggie P, Stats, and the Queen, the Doctor. Remember she was rough the week before. When she go 1-4 the week before, she was like, man, I just wasn't focused, blah, blah. She bounced back with a vengeance.
I knew it when I saw it. I knew it.
Whatever.
I knew it.
So those three tied for first. It's 4-1 records. Birdman went 3-2. He's second. I went 2-3. I'm third. And then Bromel and Radar went 1-4. They're tied for last place for this week. Man, the champ is struggling right now, y'all. Hey, he got the big game hangover. He won the big game. They celebrated a little too hard. But he's only one game out of the playoff spot if they started today. So give him some love there. Aggie P's got 14 wins. He's 14-6. Him and Birdman both 14-6. They're tied for first. I'm 13-7, tied for second. I'm in second. Radar is 11-9. TP is 11-9. Stats 11-9. They're all tied for third. And Bromel is 10-10. He's fourth place. Only one game back. Playoff started today. Our tiebreaker would be, we got a complicated tiebreaker system if it ended up at the end of the season like it is now, because one of those three would have to be the fourth spot. If that happens, we'll go over the tiebreaker scenarios off the air, but we got some tiebreaker scenarios there. All right, so let's see. This week's games that we have to pick. It's heavy on basketball. We said you got to pick, everybody's got to pick the Duke Carolina winner plus any 3 games that you want out of the other 6 choices. Your choices are this: Kansas State at Kansas. That game is tonight. It's tipping off pretty soon here. Then you got UNC Duke on Saturday, like I said, Auburn at Tennessee, Miami at Clemson, and Gonzaga at St. Mary's. Those all games are on Saturday. Then in women's basketball, we got South Carolina at 21-0 at number 5. They're number 1 at number 5 UConn, 19-2-1. How do you tie in college basketball? I never knew you could.
Never heard of that.
I'm like 19-2-1. They tied. But anyway, that game is 12 noon Sunday, and then we got an NBA pick. Our favorite new Brooklyn Nets at 30-19 at Aggie P Celtics at 36-15. That game is tomorrow night. All right, so I'll start off. I took the Tar Heels, Kansas, Tennessee, and the Celtics. Birdman.
I got the Tar Heels, Tennessee, Miami, and Gonzaga.
All right, next, Aggie P.
I got Duke, Tennessee, Gonzaga, and South Carolina.
Kakalaki. All right, Radar.
Mine is almost identical. I got Duke, Gonzaga, UConn, and the Celtics.
And the Celtics. All right. TB.
UNC, Tennessee, Clemson, and Gonzaga.
All right. And I'll read off Bro Males. He's got UNC, Tennessee, Clemson, and Kansas. And I'll read stats. Stats has UNC, Kansas, Auburn, and South Carolina. All right. Well, it's time for our shout out. So shut up and play candidates. And we will start with you, Queen.
Well, I'm going to say shut up and play to the teams in the big game because this is going to be a great one. I'm hoping that this is going to be one of the greatest ones everyone attends to support both of our Black quarterbacks.
There you go. Aggie P.
My shout out go to the Lady Aggies basketball team. First place in the conference.
First place
CAA.
in the conference. There
yes,
you
sir.
Go. Big time. Radar Charles.
I'm breaking protocol here, but I'm only doing it because of our fans. They told me, I was showing clips from my show, and they said, that Aggie P, well, he know how to keep up with you, Radar. I said, wait a minute, hold up, wait. You know what? I'll take that as a compliment. I like my competition to be stiff. So I'm going to shout out Aggie P this week.
Okay, all right. Birdman.
Appreciate you, Radar.
Hey, we already know what Birdman's going to be. So Birdman, go ahead.
Shout out to each and every one of y'all, even though y'all don't have to say congratulations because I told y'all not to.
Yeah, we ain't doing it. You told us not to, so we're going to honor your request.
Yes. This one time.
I'm surprised he didn't say Eagles. I thought he was going to say Eagles. All right, anyway. Hey, my shut up and play goes to Mac Brown. The ACC football schedule was released last night, and he whining and crying, talking about, I'm not happy. It's not fair. And he's mainly talking about because they closed the season at home against Duke, on the road at Clemson, and on the road at NC State. He's going, it's not fair. It's not fair. So shut up and play, Mac Brown. Come on.
Thank you.
It's football, man. Shut up and play. All right, for Birdman.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
For Radar.
Narrow is the way.
For Aggie P.
No weapon.
For the First Lady.
Blessings on blessings, and pray for us this week.
There you go. I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator is there. Until next time, see ya, and we might want to be you.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for The Crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.